Welcome to my summer series. I'm so excited you're here. This podcast is all about real people, real journeys, and real conversations. Throughout this season, we'll meet guests in places that are meaningful to them, spaces that help tell their story. Each episode is different. Some conversations will focus on healing, growth, and overcoming challenges. Others will highlight creativity, passion, and purpose. But every story is unique and meant to inspire something in you. One thing every guest shares is faith. Faith in themselves, their journey, and who they are. This is a space for honesty, inspiration, healing, and connection. Whether you're here to reflect, grow, or simply listen, welcome. Let the summer series begin. When I first met Gaetano, I was immediately inspired by his story. He could have easily let his circumstances define him or fall into self-pity. Like all of us, he had moments where things were incredibly difficult. But instead of giving up, he chose to lean on faith in God and the incredible support of his wife and family to keep moving forward. He had to let go of a career he loved and was passionate about, turning into more of a hobby than a profession. That isn't an easy thing for anyone to accept, but rather than dwelling on what he lost, he embraced a new path God had placed before him. He chose gratitude over bitterness and found purpose in a different chapter of his life. That's one of the biggest reasons I wanted to invite him onto this podcast. I hope his story encourages others to remember that life doesn't always unfold the way we plan, but sometimes God's plan leads us somewhere even better than we imagined. If you're willing to accept it, that new path can become a true blessing. Please join me in welcoming Gaetano. And one fair warning, by the end of this episode, you may find yourself craving a pizza. Hi, I'm here with Giordano. No,
Gaetano, Giordano.
I'm so bad with names. I'm
yeah,
so
if you want to
sorry.
start over, we could. I don't care.
And he has a really great inspirational story. That's why I wanted you on my show today.
Oh, thank you.
My podcast. And actually, this is brother of Katerina that sponsors my show. He's got chills. And you know what chills are, right? Validation of the angels are with us, and they're validating what we're saying. So you have a really great story. Basically, you come from a family of pizzerias.
Yeah.
And I know that was a passion of yours from a young child. And
Well, I was born into it. It wasn't really a passion in the beginning because
you really had no choice, right?
I had no choice. I was born into it.
Okay. So why don't you just explain? As we're going to make pizza, so
Yeah.
if we make pizza, we're going to explain. You can, your story. Tell people your story.
So, basically, Dad, when he immigrated to America, he
This is his dad.
yeah. He was a young boy, probably like 12 years old, and back then it was a little different. There was no child labor laws in the family. Everybody had to work at a young age. And he saw a storefront with neon lights, and the word pizza was there. So he had pizza back home, but it was a little different. Back home in Italy, this is a pizza basically in Naples. Little pie, personal size. But in New York, it's a lot bigger and bigger cut slices. So one person could actually pick up and eat it and have a meal instead of a little pizza where they have to sit down to eat because, New York, we're always busy. So that's basically pizza evolved to that. Instead of that small size, bigger community sizes. So Dad got into the pizza world. He was the first American New York pizza world. He was the first out of the family and friends to start working in a pizzeria. Mm-hmm. And it was a good trade, and I guess everybody started to follow his footsteps.
Fresh basil. Notice fresh basil.
Fresh basil. Oh, let's make a little snow too. Watch.
A little snow. We're going to make it snow.
We're going to make it
so
snow.
We're going to use this fresh Parmesan.
Yep. Make it snow. You want to make it snow?
Yeah, I'll make it snow.
Yeah.
You see this?
We'll do it together.
Ready?
Ready? Go ahead.
Woo! Make
All
snow.
right. It's snowing.
Is that good?
Yep.
Wow, look at
So
that.
that's
Can
the
you see that?
yeah.
It's delicious. Can you close it now?
Yeah.
So your dad
Did you work in a
basically-
pizzeria before? It looks that
Have
way.
I? No, my uncle had a restaurant.
See, but you know how to do
And I
that. No
worked in
problem.
restaurants, yes.
So
Server, waitress.
yeah. So we grew up in the restaurant hospitality field, And that's how it started. And all his friends and family started opening places up, and that's what brought us. Yeah.
Drew you in.
So from he drew me in because that's what I grew up watching him, and he was the first person that actually brought a pizza home, and where I, as a young, probably 1, 2 years old, they were feeding me pizza. So that was my first bite of pizza, and I was in love then.
Once bitten, twice shy.
Yeah.
So now I know a little bit about your backstory because we spoke before we this video, and I know that you had a learning disability, dyslexia, and also.
Yeah, we didn't know what it was back then. Back in the I started school probably in the early 80s, and back then learning disabilities were getting discovered, and they started special programs to cater, to help us.
And back then you really didn't get the help.
Yeah, and back then it was a stigmata too.
Right,
grew up with that trauma of, back then things were different.
Everything was hush hush.
Yeah, and not only that, it kept everybody separated, segregated, so kids pick on each other. Oh, they went in a different bus, or they come from a different area. So it was challenging.
For you.
For all of us, not only me.
And your family.
Yeah.
Sure.
For everybody in that situation. Now we learn from. I guess I don't want to call it mistakes because they didn't
lessons.
know. Trying to learn.
From
Yeah.
You don't know what you know. But
so
that took you into basically leaving school.
That took me.
And then working full time.
I didn't want to go to school anymore.
Because you thought you were being ostracized and made fun of.
Mom and Dad were mad because I didn't want to go to school. So Dad came up with the idea. It's like, okay, you don't want to go to school, you come to work with me.
Come in the pizzeria.
So, but literally, he thought I was going to go reverse, and I went kind of opposite. I went with Dad to work in a pizzeria. So by 16, I made the decision I was going to drop out. Well, technically 18, because I had to do, I was supposed to graduate, but I had to, let's put it this way, I was going to graduate at 21. So I said, you know what, done. I went to work full-time in the pizzeria with my dad, and we ended up opening up a pizzeria, just me and him, and we were in Farmingville, New York, and we had it for about 20-something years.
Wow,
yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
But then I know that let's make a piece of what we're talking
All right.
about. So I know you were your dad for 21 years, but then your dad was getting sick, correct, right? And then
Correct.
You had to close, both you had to close. And then
What we did was we ended up, Dad got sick, so Dad kind of semi-retired. I was running the place and a lot of help from my sister. My sister's the best. My family's the best. A lot of help from family and friends, and we.
Support's very important.
Yeah, and we actually. I ran it by myself about 3 years, and then I was starting to get bad shape, health-wise.
Well, it's a lot to run a business, especially pizzeria. That's 7 days a week.
7. If you have, look, there's an owner mentality and a worker mentality. Unfortunately, I love to work, but you have to have that owner mentality. You got to learn how to delegate, and it's lessons that I learned later on, and we'll get to that. But you want to do it? Go ahead. Yeah, have fun.
And it's mozzarella.
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 Gosh.
Not mozzarella. Mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
So basically,
You did this before.
So you ended up selling the business.
We ended up
and
selling
working
the
for
business.
someone else, right?
I worked for another wonderful family business, and actually gave me finally days off a week.
That
Where
must have been great for you
Yeah.
to get a little rest.
Yeah, and I got a lot of changing in between.
I like a lot of cheese.
Part of my thing, you could see I'm a very healthy figure now, but actually I would add another 200 pounds to it, what I am now, and I'm still big.
Oh, that you were.
Yeah, so those a few years, you did it before, you could do it again. Go all the way in. Pull. Pull. Wow, she's a pizza girl. You're a pizzaiola already. So those 2 years, I changed.
Someone else you changed.
I changed. I didn't have the liberty of getting high on my own supply. Let's put it that way. So I lost like 200 pounds. My highest was about six and change. I got down to like still heavy, 300 pounds, but health got better. Finally had times off, and I finally met the love of my wife, Linda. I call
So
it my
life
Bella.
is going great. You meet this beautiful woman, your wife. So life's
Yeah.
going great, and then all of a sudden,
All of a sudden,
what happens?
I had to change fields because she wasn't used to, even though I was working a lot of hours a week, she wasn't used to that lifestyle. No weekends, no holidays, not
Because you're always working with-
couldn't take a vacation. And I ended up changing fields. I became a cook and an assistant living.
Okay.
But I had an issue. The only thing I really knew, cuisine I knew was Italian.
Italian.
Yeah.
So you learned
So-
continental, American,
Yeah.
all different types of other foods, right?
So between the staff there, a good friend, which is mine now, my food service director who hired me, I learned all through them, all different cuisines. So I learned everything, continental, Chinese, everything. Being I had a lot of business knowledge, I ended up applying for a food service director position. And they gave me the job. And it was great 4 years. I was in charge about,
Wow, that's great.
yeah, I was in charge of about 30 staff between front of the house and back of the house. That means service is the front, back is
Back of the house,
the
like all the cooking.
cooking, dishwashers. Oh, let's check it. You know what you're doing. I could leave.
Should I turn around?
Yeah, turn it a little. Kim. You sure you weren't pizzeriola?
No, I wasn't.
Ah,
I
well.
just watched you. I'm very visual.
All right, beautiful. Wait a minute. Yeah, so basically,
So basically, do you believe in faith? You believe in God that, you can turn something around? Obviously, you were in the pizza, then you went from pizza to, because you met this wonderful woman, now you're doing something different because
yeah.
you met this woman, you had to change your life a little bit, but you were open to a different opportunity.
Well, I truly believe, back when you were younger, you want things your way, you want your imaginary world, or you want things your way, but
you were open to different opportunities.
but what I'm trying to say is, you want things your way, or you
Yeah.
want a certain lifestyle, or whatever, but God has His plan.
Yeah.
So,
But if you go against it, that's when your anxiety comes in. That's when things get rough. But if you stay open and say, okay, all right, God, it's your will, and it's probably a better path for you, then things will go a little more smoother. But we're all human, and we all go through that. I mean, I went through it where
Yeah.
you're a little resistant, so
Oh,
the rebel comes out
every day, you could have all those feelings come.
Sure, we're human.
Yeah, that's it.
Human.
You said it.
Yeah.
But no,
But I know,
definitely.
but your story gets even more inspirational. So now your life's going great, this beautiful wife, you have a great job, so now the wrench gets thrown into this path. So now tell the viewer that I just gotta chill. This is such an inspirational story because this could have gone any other way. So now your life's going great, now tell the viewers what had happened now.
July 5th, 2017. I was leaving work as a food service director. Sunrise Highway going home. I get cut off by a work van. And
So do this now?
yeah. And my whole life changed.
In
I
a
got-
matter of what? Seconds?
Seconds. I got into a car accident where I got a bad injury. It was a compound fracture on my right leg, where luckily I didn't know this until while I was in the hospital, but I almost didn't make it.
Actually, you can go on Tano's YouTube channel, which I will put in the description below, and you can actually see. I watched it, and it brought me to tears. It's a really.
So yeah, I had about a 3-year road to recovery. Luckily, I didn't pass. God had His plan. I was living for about a year worrying if we were going to lose my leg. But God had His plan, He didn't do it. So that took my my life in different direction.
Around you.
Luckily, same, my family, friends, God,
And faith.
faith,
Because
and
you stayed positive. You could have taken this and felt sorry for yourself. I'm sure you did have some.
Oh,
moments
well,
that you
no.
felt sorry for yourself. I mean, rightfully
my
so.
poor wife had to deal with it, and my poor family had to do it. Yeah,
But you're human, and you have human moments. And
there were
know-
dark days,
Yeah, sure.
but
And I'm sure you questioned your face, saying, "Why me? Why now?" You're human, right?
all those things. But I got to be honest, luckily, I had a life of always good faith, believing in my God and my religion. It took me through. It was dark. And everybody going through bad times, I always tell them, listen, you got to just wait for every second, wait for every minute, one day at a time. You're going to get past it.
So do you believe that God does things for the better, for good, not for bad? Like this accident, so you can't be in the pizzeria business anymore, but this happened before anyway, before all that. So now you do this. Tell us why. Tell you why do you do the pizza? We're in the library now. And how do you pronounce the library name? Because I don't want to butcher it.
I don't want to butcher it either.
I'm not alone.
We're in Port Jeff Station.
No, what's the name of the library?
Kamsawag.
What is it?
Kamsawag. I see, I didn't do a bad job.
There you go.
Thank you to them.
Thank you,
This is
Robert.
actually my first ever library class. That's why I wanted to do it here. So that's why I wanted to do this interview here. But I tell all my friends and family in my classes, my worst day of my life ended up being my best day in their life.
I love that. See, you do. Like I said in my last show, my podcast, there's always light that comes out of darkness. It's how you perceive it, how you look at things.
So it was about 3 years recovery.
Which is a long time.
Yeah. And I had a choice, either live with my disability and being depressed, but seeing people and getting encouraged by people overcoming their challenges, I found a way to go past mine. I found a different career where I do customer service representative. It's a different life. It's a Monday through Friday. It's weekends off. It's holidays. So gratefully that happened. That was a change. More time with my wife.
I was going to say,
and
more time with your wife.
made me have time to go back into this, where it's not that much strenuous in my.
So now you made this a hobby.
Yeah.
And you're
Well,
helping
more,
other
yeah.
people. So you're teaching by doing this?
I am actually. I do this. I created this pizza history class, and the reason how it came up is. Oh.
Your dad's here.
Yeah, that's it. Shannon, be quiet. You're talking too much. But I created this class within the 3 years of doing nothing. That's actually kept me sane.
So what you did?
I was doing research on stuff that I never knew. I thought I knew everything about pizza, but I ended up knowing nothing. And all the years discovering little secrets and mysteries and stuff that I never knew, which I thought I knew.
So what did you take out of this whole, what's the word I want to use? This whole experience, what did you take from this that you can share with the viewers? Like, what would you tell someone else that's in your situation or similar to your situation? What advice could you give someone? They may be looking at this video I just got to show right now that you could give to them.
Yeah. If you're going through rough times, you have a choice. It's yours. There's God's there, but it's your choice. Either think positive and try your best every day, or go the negative route. It's yours. I believe in the positive. The pain is there, but you try to forget it, But as long as you think of the positive, I know God opens up the right doors.
And he closes the ones that should be closed, because there's always a window that will open thereafter.
Yeah.
The ones that are meant just for you.
Yeah.
Again, it's the way you look at things.
That's it.
And then you're surrounded by. I believe that it's who you're surrounded by that gets you through that moment too.
Oh, my wife, my sister, my friends and families, and then honestly, the people who are negative too, the people who are against you.
That gives me power.
No, it's not even that. You got to feel sorry for them.
You pray for them,
No, you do, because guess what? They're the same as what we have in our heart.
We're all
Yeah,
the same.
there's a reason why they became the way they are. So
Agreed. They have their own issues.
that's it.
They may see something in you that they want, and they can't get there, or whatever it is.
Or whatever, or they got everything, and they
Yeah.
got they're privileged and they're worried. They yell about everything.
Only they know.
That's
Thank
it.
you for coming on. And,
Oh,
and
no
I'll put
problem.
all the information down
Thank you.
in below. And give me hugs.
Thank
you so much. You got it. What a great conversation with Gaetano. I hope his story reminds you that even when life doesn't go the way we planned, it doesn't mean your story is over. Sometimes the biggest setbacks become the beginning of a new purpose. With faith, the support of the people who love us, and the willingness to keep moving forward, we can find hope in places we never expected. If there's one thing I hope you take away with today's episode, it's that accepting the path God places before you can lead to blessings you never imagined. It may not be the journey you planned, but it can still be a beautiful one. And if the biggest takeaway, besides Gaetano's incredible story, is that you're thinking about pizza right now, I'd say that's a win too. Thank you so much for listening. As we wrap up this chapter of the guest interviews, I'm excited to share something new with you. Starting Thursday, July 9th, and continuing every Thursday through July 30th, I'll be stepping into my neighborhood for a special summer series called One Neighborhood, Countless Answers. Each week, I'll ask strangers the exact same question, but here's the twist. No one knows what the question is until I ask it. Different people, different lives, one moment of honesty. I'm Pam Renna, and I hope you'll join me for this new adventure. I'll see you in the neighborhood.